got to find a boat that is right for you. And one thing I think is so cool about our sport is that there is such an incredible range, right? There's everything from, offshore sailing to wing foiling, and there's something for everyone. Find what really makes you happy as a sailor. If you're the type that wants to tinker with the boat a ton, obviously there are classes that suit that. And if you're the type of person who wants to roll down, take the cover off, and realize, oh shoot, I was supposed to fix that before I went sailing again. There are boats that are pretty forgiving for that kind of thing, as long as you got a roll of duct tape. But then on the other hand, if you want to get better, it seems like you gotta challenge yourself a little bit. And I think that's where like a Melges 15 or 19 would be so great for people who have a full life and aren't going to be at it every day, 12 months out of the year, because it seems like it's just awesome for getting to sail fast and sailing at a pretty high level without requiring a ton of tinkering. What I thought was really fun steering the 19 was that it felt like sailing a super high performance boat. You're ripping the, puff hits, and the boat is just responding to it right away. And, but on the other hand, it wasn't, I didn't get home last night and need to pop a few Advil. And the helm is like nice and really well balanced. It seems like it had just the right amount of sail area. And so that was super fun. The neat thing about our sport is you can sail your entire life. I had a pretty big milestone birthday over a year ago, so I'm over 60, and it's fun to think that there's still so many things I want to do in the sport. And I think this is a boat that you could easily sail older. Maybe you'd want some young, strong people trimming the kite for you or trimming the main, but that's the fun of sailing on a three-person boat. I loved sailing the boat. Maybe I'm a bit biased since I'm married to John Reichel, but the favorite boats that I've ever sailed are his designs. What I've noticed, and of course this is just completely unscientific, just my feel of things, is he designs a boat that just makes you smile when you get to sail it, because there's a groove, and the boat just is fun and responsive. And you can have a light touch, and it just accelerates so smoothly. It was so much fun to sail.